Hello everybody and welcome back to Monster Train. The train is slowing down now as we approach our first stop. This will be the last episode for a while, and it's also the last clan combo that I'm yet to get any sort of win on, Stygian Awoken. So let's see what we can do. So we've got Seraph the Diligent devouring our spells, that's never a good sign. We've got some Guardian Amulets offering us some sap. Resto Desto is always welcome. Ice Tornado. So, can't go wrong with Jack Strips on this opening artifact. Now, do we want Frostbite? Or do we want Spell Weakness? I mean, Spell Weakness means that that's potentially 120 damage instead of 60. But Frostbite's more reliable against bosses if I can put Tethys behind a tank. Although spiky tanks like the one you can get on the second floor might be an issue. We'll take Frostbite though. Mark of Invasion is absolutely fine when you've got Jack Strips. It can cause issues when it comes to setting up our first group, but we'll probably set up on the bottom floor anyway. And we haven't drawn any Train Stewards in our opening hand, that's interesting. So that means we can't play Tethys right now. Unless we clear out the bottom floor first, of course. Now everything's going to die to Jack Strips and we're going to get some Train Stewards. We're going to get one Train Steward. What is this deck all about? And then he's going to die to everything, regardless of what we do. I should have played that up on the top floor probably. Snagged that boy. But we do also need to get... Well, actually, we didn't really need to get damage on that because he's frostbitten anyway. There's two more Train Stewards, that should see us again through the boss. 82. And yeah, the boss dies. That's a solid start, even if we missed the collector. We did get the 75 gold though. Now, Crypt Builder, do we look at offering as a thing that we do? We really want offering tokens to be able to do that. Well, his spell weakness might not be bad, because I mean we've got Resto as well. So they're dealing 50 damage. Yeah, we'll take a bit of spell weakness, I think. Now, moving things to the front could be useful because all of our frozen lances target the front, so I think we'll take a Vine Grasp there. Maybe that will help us out down the line. We really would like a tank, so our only real option here is Awoken Banner. Awoken Hollow, we haven't got any big heals in the deck yet, aside from those Restos, but those Restos will help keep the Hollow going. I was looking for a Buttstone, really. I mean, he's a pretty good attacker as well with the multi-strike. Yeah, at least we got the Buttstone. Maybe I'll save that other slot for a multi-strike for some damage down the line. Yeah, because we're probably up against Spike's Boy now. Oh, we got this one instead, the Sweeper. So again, they're going to mess with Tethys pretty comfortably. But we'll see what we can do. I don't mind the extra attack because of that bigger butt that I've given the hollow. And there's nothing I can do about that guy right now. We'll spread out the train stewards in case Collector shows up on the top floor, which they do. Now, let's see, you die 50 damage, so you're just dead if I heal. And why wouldn't I? Is that... yeah, it's still not enough to do anything about that guy, but he'll be off soon enough, thanks to jack strips. Bit more healing and a bit of regen, so that's 3 boosts for that lad. Now, 39, that's not enough. Sap 3 does allow Tethys to get a swing. And it's actually enough. Good stuff. Yeah, Tethys might have got 2 swings off there actually, thanks to Sap. It's pretty powerful. Five damage to all, but we've still got no offering tokens, so I'm really going to play it probably. We've got no split anvils, no volatile gauges. And Wildwood Sap is just good healing for our tank. We're using up 4 capacity on the ground floor, so we can't add anything else. Which is a shame, because an Icy Silophyte would be nice, but maybe I'd take the Silophyte anyway. Because I would like a sweeper. Give her quick. And then we just focus on one really good floor, use spells to mop up the others for anyone who gets through. Could be a plan. I generally try and avoid the one really good floor strategy, but it's often pretty effective, so... So I think we'll give it a spin. Seraph devouring our spells, that makes Sting every turn rather attractive. We kind of make it an incant deck at that point. Probably not going to take either of those. So what have we got? We can't take the Petrified Heart because we're healing on this run. See, a Buttstone would be nice for the Silophyte. But it's like 3 pyre health when you can just get one for 20 gold at a shop. So I don't know why you'd ever really want that over Blood for Blood and the healing that it's going to give you over the course of the run probably. So, let's see what Dades it's got to offer, and then we'll take capacity from his twitching corpse. Assuming we get that far. And of course he's setting up on the bottom floor with the old bomb as well. And of course again we haven't got our tank in the first hand. So... I mean, Nicey Silophyte would be nice on the bottom floor, but they take too much damage this turn. So we'll just soften up that one as much as we can. There's our boy. That's going to be a double stat boost for him because of the regen. Train Steward up top to protect the Silophyte. We'd really like to play her on the ground floor, but that wasn't an option, so there you go. Bit card draw. Although he's going to heal up. And now he deals extra damage this turn. But, I don't know, I think that's fine. Well, it's especially fine now we've got Resto. Because now he's gone. We can't put another train steward up there just yet, although we can sting and frozen lance at least. We've still got 4 in the deck, so we'll play a steward on the bottom floor just to get rid. Restos are always good. We'll get that wildwood sap out of the deck. And then that's a lot of things on the ground floor. You're dead to a resto if you make it up. What's the most we can do here? Sod it, we'll just do that. Get some more regen. And why not? We will spell weakness Dades a second time, because that could come in handy down the line. Now we're drawing into stings everywhere. Five, and then you go down. That's good. And still no one's making it to the top floor, which is nice. So I can probably afford to play out a second train steward down there. Now, 63 health, that's good. Pop another spell weakness on Dades. Hopefully we'll get a tornado at the right time. Play those out for the card draw. Boost our stats a bit. So, resto on you, and then, yeah, we did get the tornado, but the resto was more useful, I think. Boss is down. So yeah, not too much of a problem. And now we're going to have the ultra floor. So, what do we take? Spreading spores, it's always so good. And on the wild, on the Awoken Hollow, we're spreading spores deck again. What can you do? You can't just turn down an opportunity to win a run at Covenant 7. Well, you could, of course you could. But I'm not going to. That's my point. So there's our capacity. Now, do we... When is our next magic shop? I should check that. So that's where spreading spores gets cheaper. Just wondering if there's anything I need to dupe. Probably not if I'm just a spreading spores deck now. But removal is crucial. Don't need the pyre health. Could use the coins. Could still use multi-strike on the old... Yeah, we'll go this way. Now let's see, we didn't get multi-strike, that's fine. We'll just see, but we're not going to want those now. So we'll remove a couple of cards this way. Yeah, it costs us 100 gold, but we picked up either 50 or 75 there, I forget. So now, Sweep and Frostbite combined. But we've taken a Sweep unit to cover that need, so we'll just take the Frostbite just to chew through the bosses a bit easier. If we run into Crystal Cloak, we might have a problem unless we've built up a ton of regen on our hollow. Heal all health when they go up a floor. We might not be finishing them all off on the one floor. Once our Sweep is down, although she's not been buffed, I should have looked at plus damage for her in the store. Because if she had 5 Sweep, that would just be nice. But she doesn't. so it makes me sad. We'll still set up down here. We'll give us spikes just for the lols. And that will now kill him with the jackstrip, so that's good. And then Frostbite will take out the other lad. Now I'm tempted to play a Train Steward up top. Let's see though. You need to be played. Do you need to be regened immediately? Would be nice. So yeah, we'll sting you. We'll get some regen on the go. And now, yeah, we're looking alright, I think. Bit of healing on you. Lovely. And so that guy is dying to his frostbite, as you might expect at this stage. So now what? We'll take you out just because you're annoying. We may as well just tornado. Could have got one more regen on the hollow, but I think that was worth it. Spikes would be nice when the boss shows up. No enemies on the board, so we'll just play out our stings so we can draw cards. And the boss is already down. Sting, sting, sting. And we'll just let nature take its course. Sweet. So, don't really need anything. I mean, yeah, at this point, there's not really many decisions I'm looking to make. Because I don't want to add a lot to the deck right now. There's going to be a lot more Spreading Spores wins on higher Covenant levels when I do my off-camera stuff, assuming that everything goes well at least, and assuming that higher level Covenants allow you to do that sort of nonsense. I don't see why they wouldn't. It seems like a strong card at low levels, so it's probably a strong card at high levels as well, I would guess. Now, that's super cheap Spreading Spores. Do I upgrade something with holdover? Be nice to always have access to a resto. And we should have probably looked at the artifact first, but there you go. So do we want Frostbite? Our only source of it is still Tethys. Grant +2 each time it's applied, so we're not applying it multiple times. The decay is also not going to be a huge issue, I don't think. So we'll take the anvil. And then at least we can play the odd 3-cost spell. We'll take multi-strike, because why not? So we play the hollow on the ground floor, we resto Detto. I'm just wondering if we can get spikes. Oh, actually it doesn't matter about spikes, because if those guys go out they die anyway, so... So we'll go like so. There's our spikes. Although, who's a sweeper here? None of them. Good. And we'll throw spell weakness on you just because you are going up a floor. Could have possibly started with a 3-cost spell there because of the split anvil, but I didn't. Some would say it's because I'm an idiot. I've got no counterpoint to that, it's just some would say that I'm a bloody idiot. You're going to be dead, so that'll do nicely. These stings are proving handy. They'd probably be even handier in an incant deck, but that's not where we're at, so there we go. Brief respite and we've got a full health tank. That's what we like to see. And we don't need to play Resto to hold it over, we'll just let it go and draw a fresh hand. So 302 damage, that's not a lot. You have got sweep, that's a pain in the bum bum. Especially when we don't have our sap in this hand. That's 314, that's a start, maybe, I guess. This doesn't bode well, guys. So, 327. That's a tall ass to get through, even with... Oh no, we haven't got any frostbite on him because of the bloody... Oh, we've got one of those though. So, can we play anything useful here? No, not really. You got 9. So you're going to one-shot my train steward, even if I give him all the regeneration I can. If we play anything this turn, we don't get to play our Ice Tornado for extra damage. If we play any damage spells, that is. So, I don't know, we'll just throw some spikes on him at least. And then, there we go, we've got another spell weakness. So we've dealt acceptable damage there. We might well survive the damage that we're about to take. Ah, dearie me. Yes, we did. Good. But that didn't go at all well because sweep is just horrible. Horrible in this against the Stygian in general. Well now. That's a no-brainer. Love to get some totems, but they've just showed up too late, so we've already filled the bottom floor with what we need. Steel Enhancer would be nice, just to help prevent some of these bits of damage from sweepers and whatnot. Do we add even more stings to the deck? We probably do, given how powerful they are now, but do we want the hand to be full of stings all the time? No, we don't. Awake is now more attractive because of the split anvil, so yeah, we'll take it. We've still got plenty of stuff to remove from this deck though. So, do we go this way? Do we duplicate the spreading spores, and then do we remove a couple of train stewards? Well, given as I've already done the first of those things, and the second, we may as well do the third and get these stewards out of the deck. 5 more copies of Spreading Spores would be nice if the event is going to show, and it's not. I'd normally pay health here. Doo-ba-doo. Health is on the same side as Merchant of Magic and the Vortex, which we probably want. Let's mix it up. That was worth it. Yes, Winged Steel is amazing. I'll take 10 health and 50 gold as a cost for that. But we go into the fell fight with little confidence based on how that last one went. But she's not a sweeper, so... Scourges and no tank. Annoying. But yeah, they're all dying sooner or later. And we're getting our tank next turn. Oh, I'm lucky I didn't draw it there. I'd already forgotten that I've got Winged Steel. Ah well. It'll be fine. That would have been a massive balls up there if it wasn't fine. Now, we can't play our 3-cost spells yet, but we can get our Hollow out. And we can start off on the old Spore Train. Then our dying to Jack Strips. You're dying eventually to Jack Strips. And maybe we're in control now. You don't make Scourges cheaper, do you? Do you? No, you don't. That would be... Do you? No, you don't. I was going to say that would be pretty strong. But alas, at least you're dead anyway. So we've taken 8 damage so far. There's a resto. Start with the stings though. And there's our draw, so now what have we got? Are we better off healing? Yeah, I mean there's nothing else that really makes sense there. For a moment I was wondering if we should play Energy Siphon, then I remembered that it's got a cost of 0, so it's fine. Wouldn't mind a 4th Ember just to deal with Scourges every now and again. Because 3 is enough to play out my entire hand of spells. We'll give you some stings. And what have we drawn? Frozen Lances, no good. We'll get rid of you. The regen is probably less useful now that we've got Spreading Spores. We've already got 10 regen on the go. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Scourges. Where are you going? Nowhere, because you've got Frostbite. You, on the other hand, are going to be an issue. So, let's see what we might want to play. Is Awake better for us than Guardian's Amulet? It's more regen, which is helpful in the long run. Or do we just play the Scourge to get rid? And then it's kind of annoying that we've not really taken down those Guardians at all. So that lad is going to sneak through to the top floor. Ah well. There's no way we can get to him in time, is there? Eight, 4. So he's taking 30 damage there. So we'd only get 2 hits off. We can survive on that front. Cool. And yep, she's already down. Spiffing. Play out the Spreading Spores anyway. Maybe we'll draw some more with the Winged Steel. And we did. Love it. That's a lot of damage. Feeling good about that. And now we can just pile on the regen and the extra damage. I really love those hollows. The Thorned Hollow's probably a bit sexier with its spikes, but Awaken does the job nicely. Silophyte's not doing a lot for us right now. Spell weakness we're not taking advantage of. Replacing with a Shard Channeler is probably a lot more damage overall. Yeah, I think Silophyte can leave the deck at this point. We probably just want draw here. It'll benefit us more than Ember in the long run, I think, with all the extra Spreading Spores it will pick up. So we were going... Did we have a plan for this floor? Yeah, we were going for Pyre Health, definitely. And so we'll get rid of Silophyte. So that means we should draw the Hollow every turn, every first turn. Because the Hollow and the Silophyte are the only two non-totem minions in the deck, really. Because channelers count as like totem types. And let's see. So we don't need Wildwood Sap anymore, but it does consume. Frozen Lance isn't doing a lot for us. Remove consume. Cheapness. What have you got for us? Damage spells cast on this floor. Well, we're not worried about spell costs, so we'll just take even more Frostbite. We could remove the consume of Wildwood Sap, but we've got Spreading Spores coming out of our bum, so that's fine. What might we want to augment if we re-roll? Anything, really? I think we're good, really. I'll get rid of another Frozen Lance because they're just a bit chaff at this point, especially with free stings all the time. +8. We've got a lot of direct damage now with all those stings and whatnot. But we don't really need 400 gold at this point, I don't think. It could be famous last words, but we will see. So, we can survive the first turn, just about. And we will take you out. We'll take you out as well. And we'll take you out just because we can. So you're getting through, but you're going to have a bunch of Frostbite on you. Which means you're pretty much a goner. Although you are protecting the collector, but as established, we're not that fussed about collectors. So let's play our cheap spells first so we can get some card draw on the go. Then we will play Awake and make everything cheaper. It's not going to make a difference. Do we play Awake or do we Sap? We probably play that, I think. Just kickstart the old regen. Now you're dead, that's nice. Doesn't really matter. $39. So, do we resto or do we try and eliminate these frontliners before we resto? Another sting, thank you. Now we resto. Boom. And then we do it again for the lols. And we've even got our Wildwood Sap out. So at 16. Everything could be cheap, because we can't get the draw off before we make everything cheap, really. Not with the way the costs were. Resto's not doing a lot of damage. But yeah, just about got the job done. Multi-strike would be nice on the Hollow. Definitely. We could probably drop a Resto, actually. We only need one, really. And Ice Tornado or Sap. Sap might be good, because it doesn't matter if they go up a floor, because Jackstrips is killing most of them. And that will do nicely. Brief respite. In other words, let's play as many Spreading Spores as we can. which is 4 of them. Pretty good. And let's draw 4 extra cards next turn. And we may as well get back Resto, even though we don't need it, so that was a silly move. But there we go, it's done now. Bimp you out the way. We've already got the boss dead, but I may as well try and play things as sensibly as possible. It's good practice for the later floors. The later levels of Covenant, I should say. And then throw on all the regens, just to be fun. 78, 117, 156 Frostbite, so it didn't even have a chance to get that high up before boss was dead. Pretty cool. Another totem to fill the gap? Or do we look for another... Let's see, we could duplicate, we could potentially get multi-strike. So we're not going to take any of them. And I think we won't take Bramble's Lash, even though it's really good in combination with Spreading Spores. We're not going to take it. Because I don't want to do the same thing every single time. Now, we've got an option on re-rolling in this shop for a multi-strike, or potentially buying out one of those just to give the holo a bit more oomph. Spells gain extra upgrade. Units gain extra upgrade. None of these are that useful when you're already on ring 8. So we'll re-roll. We didn't get any spikes boosters, which is what I was really looking for. Might come back for the pyre health. We'll re-roll, and we do not see what we were looking for. Do we give him just extra spikes, just so before the Spreading Spores have started to build up, he's at least able to take down the little lads when they hit him? Or do we just boost his damage? We'll boost his damage, I think. Would have been nice to get a buttstone for the Shard Channeler, just in case we run into sweepers. Especially if we're going to dupe the bugger. Which we are. And so, yeah, we'll take Higher Remains just for the extra health. And let's see how this one gets on against Seraph. We've made it this far, which is... I mean, if you're not going to make it anywhere, then you just die to Daedalus normally. But we'll see. I can probably afford to set up on the bottom, because if you bring in any more light wings on the top, I can sting them. And jack strips will help out as well where it can. So you're now taking 4 damage. We bring you to the front and sting you. Then yeah, I think that's all looking alright. Could use those heals though. There they are. Bit more on you, and there we go. Now most things are dying. Yeah. Wildwood Sap. Do we let those go through this turn, the Vengeful Shards? 1 damage from each, whereas I would like more regen on you because you are taking a beating at the moment. Ah, you made it through, did you? Cheeky bugger. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should be watching out for my spells consuming every turn. What an idiot I am. I've probably already thrown away something that I shouldn't have. That kind of counteracts my split anvil as well, unless I get an ice tornado, because I'm... Oh, bollocks! That means, yeah, I've thrown away my resto detonation with holdover on it. One absolute chode. You're dead to jack strips as you reach the pyre. You're surviving, but it's touch and go. You're not dead though, and now you're blocking the other one. Absolute pain in the butt. Right, we'll sting you or vine grasp you, because that's a fair amount of damage we don't want going to the pyre. Sting you as well. I could probably throw out Energy Siphon at some point. I think we'll play the 2 restores and Vengeful Shard. I'm glad the music in this game is so very good. Makes life easier when you're just stopping and thinking, right, what the heck am I doing right now? You can get out of the deck, we just don't need you. And everything becomes cheap. You're dead sooner rather than later. But we'll Frozen Lance you anyway, because you need some attention. You didn't even get Frostbite. So yeah, we're probably taking a fair amount of beating from that one. You also didn't get Frostbite. I need to stop worrying about the top floors quite so much now. Although if I sap you, that reduces a bunch of damage. Did it reduce a bunch? Dying in 3 hits. Your damage will go down by 6, then 4, then 2. 6 will wear off before you get up there, so 4 then 2 is 6. I still need to worry about all these floors with multiple buggers. So, well... I should have stung first, because that was the bigger spell. Ah well, at least we're getting good regen. So we should be alright against the boss himself. It's just these pains in the butt that are sneaking up and getting in some cheeky hits on my pyre. Yeah, we'll get rid of Siphon, we just don't require it. We'll get rid of that self-mutilation. Could have played Awake, but I haven't, so deal with it. Piercing damage, very nice against those lads. Way too much damage going on up here. You still are actually not regenning fast enough. So we'll play it safe and we'll play one of those. We'll get rid of one Vengeful Shard. Final wave, and this is the moment of truth. 2019. And you can afford to go up because you'll hit 4 times. Let's just beat the boss on this floor, I think. Seems like a good idea to me. So, let's see how optimally we can do this. Maybe I'll make it a rule from Covenant 20 and up just not to take Spreading Spores. Just to stop me from leaning on it. Because it's such a strong spell. But at the same time it does kind of rob a bit of decision making out of things. But I won't worry about that right now because I'm just going to bask in the glory of our Covenant 7 victory. As though that was a major achievement. There's people out there beating all the Covenants, beating the Covenant on 25 with all combinations. But we'll get there. We'll get there in the end. I feel like I'm improving. And this is now the final win for any of the combinations. So I'm not atrocious at the game. I've got Covenant rank 8 coming up, which adds some more cards to the deck. Ice Tornado is gold. We can live with that. And there you go, you see, Covenant 7. So where do we stand as we go into the off-camera bit? Doesn't look as though the Awoken are doing that well with the 1-3-3-4. But Hellhorn 1-1-1-5 as well. So it does look as though Stygian... They were my least favourite initially. but I think I'm really coming around to them, and in turn I'm softening a bit on the Umbra. They're not as amazing as I thought they were. But we'll certainly see how all this shakes out when I come back for Covenant 20 and upwards. As I say though, the train's pulling in for a stop right now, because this series is being replaced. Well, it's not being replaced, but it's making way for Rob playing Little Nightmares. First 2 episodes are already out, and you should definitely check those out if you haven't already. It's just fun listening to him record them, let alone waiting for the videos to come out and actually watching them. I'm just like, oh bloody hell, sounds like he's having a fun time up there. So yeah, check those out. I might be back soon with another solo series. It'll see how my patience for editing has improved since I last tried to do a series with any editing. Bleh, editing. And yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. If you're enjoying our content, please give us a like and a subscribe if you want to see more as it comes out. And I'll see you soon. Take care.